guys, welcome back to another episode of Kat's Cooking Channel. Today we're gonna do Chile Rellenos, so if you want to learn how to make them, just keep on watching. Let's go ahead and get started on what ingredients you're gonna need. You're gonna need some poblano peppers, about like 4 to 5 depending on how many people you're cooking for. You're gonna choose a cheese or whatever you want to stuff your peppers with. You can do it with some ground beef and some potatoes. Cheese. Today we're gonna do cheese just because it's the traditional way, and then about like 3 to 4 eggs. Usually I go by 1 egg per pepper, so today I'm doing 4 to 5, so I'll have 4 eggs. Some toothpicks and some flour. First step we're gonna do, we're gonna put our poblano peppers on the stove and brown them like this. You want to make sure it's all black, that there's not really any green. And I love this like cookie tray thing because it really gets every corner, so it makes it really easy. And then after this, you're gonna be putting them in, if you follow me, I'll be putting them in this bag to sweat, and you're just gonna close it really tight. You can either do this step the night before, or you can do it the morning of really early, so it gives it enough time to sweat and makes it easier to peel. So I already did it early this morning, so my peppers are ready to go, and they should look something like this. Okay, so now after we let the Chile Poblanos sweat in the bag, we're gonna go ahead and start peeling this black off. And it should be very easy for you to peel it off. You should not struggle with this. You should have no black on your chile. Just keep taking it off. Or you can use water too to make it easier. It just comes right off. And your pepper should look something like this when you're done. Okay, now we're gonna be using some Queso Fresco. And now we're gonna start stuffing our chilies after we removed the seeds and removed the black around the pepper. So now we're just gonna cut up our cheese like this, and you're gonna start stuffing your peppers. Now we're gonna go ahead and take about this much cheese and put it in, and then we still have some room over here, so you can add another cheese if you'd like, or actually we're gonna cut this in half because it's too big. So put some more cheese, and then you want to close them, so we're gonna get some toothpicks and seal them shut. So you're just gonna continue this process. After you're done stuffing your chiles with either cheese or ground beef or whatever you choose to be your filling, they should look something like this, so that they're not open. And now we're gonna go ahead and get our eggs, and we're gonna separate the egg whites from the egg yolk. So let's go ahead and just separate. You're gonna save the yolk after you're done beating the egg whites. So we're just gonna set these to the side. Just continue that process. So you'll see what I'm talking about after. So I'm gonna go ahead and start beating. So I'm gonna go ahead and stop this and just show you guys really quick. If it's moving and it's still pretty runny, it's not ready yet. It should not move. So I'm gonna go ahead and keep on. So now we're gonna add back the egg yolk inside the egg white to give it that yellow color that the Chile Rellenos have. And we're gonna go ahead and beat it slowly. Okay, so I'm gonna add this last yolk. I don't know if you can see, it's kind of getting yellow. So I'm gonna go ahead and put this in. Alright, and it should look something like this. Now we're gonna go ahead and put our flour on a plate. Alright, and that should be good. Don't need that much. And then now this is gonna be our assembly line. We're gonna go ahead and get our chile rellenos and put them in flour. Make sure it's fully coated so that the mixture sticks on. So that's what it's gonna be. It should look something like this. So now we're just gonna continue the process and putting flour, and then I like to lift it up a little bit and kind of do it like the elote man. How he puts the cheese. And yep, just make sure you get all around the chile, all the flour. Make sure there's no bald spots. And lift them up as if they were elotes and shake it out, and then continue doing it for all of them. Now we're gonna go ahead and dip our chiles after they're done with flour in our egg mixture. You wanna make sure it's fully coated in the egg, and then afterwards you're just gonna get it and put it on a pan. And you don't have to cook them for very long. You just want them to get a golden brown color. Just like this, just like these are done over here. Just like a golden brown. And this is gonna heat up the cheese in the inside also. So just a golden brown color, like this. And you want to repeat that process for the rest of your chiles. Okay, so now we're gonna go ahead and put a pot to boil with hot water, and we're gonna go ahead and start on our chile relleno salsa. So I'm gonna go ahead and put 2 Serrano chilies in there. And I'm gonna go ahead and add 3 tomatoes in here. And I'm gonna add 1/4 of an onion. And I'm gonna add 2 garlic cloves. And I'm just gonna go ahead and leave those boiling until the tomatoes get a little soft. And then we're gonna go ahead and blend all of those ingredients together. So now your tomatoes should look a little something like this. That's how you know they'll be ready. And then you're just gonna go ahead and put them in your blender. And then into this mixture, we're gonna be blending all of this. And we're also gonna be putting a tablespoon of chicken bouillon to give it flavor. And lastly, we're gonna be putting, after we're done with the sauce and blending it and pouring it into the pan, we're gonna be adding a 1/2 teaspoon of oregano also. And then you also wanna put a little bit of this water in here so it can help blend. And that's it. We're gonna go ahead and put our chicken bouillon. I like to put like at least a tablespoon, a good amount. And then we're just gonna go ahead and sprinkle it over. And then you're ready to blend, friends. So now we're gonna go ahead and pour in our mixture, our sauce. And then we're gonna go ahead and put our chiles in the sauce. And it's gonna warm up, and it's gonna also melt the cheese a little more. Okay, so now we're just gonna go ahead and cover our chile rellenos in this delicious sauce. just let it simmer, and it's gonna go ahead and melt the cheese and warm up the chiles. And then we have our rice cooking over here as our side. You can either have this just the chile relleno itself, or you can pair it with some frijoles and some rice on the side, and it makes for the perfect dinner. And then I'm just gonna go ahead, last touch, I'm gonna get some oregano and put it on top. So this is the end result of our chile relleno filled with the sauce. I like my sauce a thicker consistency just because I really like tomatoes. And our rice is ready, so now like I said, you can eat it just like this, but I like to pair it with some Mexican rice on the side, so it gives you the perfect dinner plate. So here you have it, guys. Some Mexican rice with your chile rellenos.